the interests of the American public have no bearing in the direction of the country, in policy decisions. It doesn't matter which party we're talking about. Republicans, Democrats, all the same. There's no voice.
I'm ready to cringe. This is a movie called Shadow Ring, and it's narrated by Kevin Sorbo. And as we know, Kevin Sorbo has gone full retard. Especially those that have seen God is Not Dead. And it's, of course, this whole movie's thesis is going to be about the Council on Foreign Relations. So apparently, you can't be a think tank, or it's conspiracy, with publicly available papers, by the way.
Who is in the seat of president and Congress, and the people who we elect are the people.
My God, it's the same fucking bitch from the other movie. Jesus Christ.
I think what you see is what it is. Who runs America are the banks.
All these motherfuckers are on RT too, so I wonder where they got their money. Thanks, Vladimir.
Made all the decisions that put us in place.
You know, it's all good though. You know, you can interfere in our election. Game recognizes game, right? This is what I'm having for fucking, what is it, lunchtime? I mean, normally I would like cut it up and put it on a plate for the purposes of decorum, but that would be, you know, some real bad faith to give people a bad idea, wrong idea about what I'm all about here.
The Rockefellers, the Warbirds, and he showed that they were running the country as an invisible government behind the democracy that we see on the surface. In fact, a study by Princeton University has come out saying that the United States is more of an oligarchy than it is a republic or democracy. Why? Because the public has no say in the policies and in the system that's been set up by politicians.
Go back to 2008. Financial crisis is going. Henry Paulson, U.S. Treasury Secretary. Where did he come from? Goldman Sachs, right? CEO. Gets in front of the American people and tells us that he's going to save us little people from the problems we have in the real estate. In order to do that, you have to bail out the too big to fail. Too big to fail. 4 words. Shows you who's running the country. Capitalism, there's no such thing. It's fashion. It's multinational takeover. We bailed out the banks.
It's the unseen people that I'm more concerned about, really. Because there's got to be someone, somewhere, that creates the agenda that all these people must follow.
What the fuck are you?
In the late 19th century, wealthy monopolists, most prominently John D. Rockefeller and J.P. Morgan, were growing in economic and political power. Americans were increasingly alarmed at Wall Street's domination of both the Democrat and Republican parties. This led, in the 1890s, to the formation of the grassroots Populist Party. The Rockefeller-Morgan axis decided to distract Americans with a new enemy, Spain. The choice was not coincidental. Spain ruled Cuba, which by the 19th century had become the world's richest colony.
That's the cat's food now. You don't want it?
The bank coveted Cuba's white gold.
You don't want it?
As a compliment to Standard Oil's black
Come here,
gold.
Fat Snacks.
The Yellow Press, led by William Randolph Hearst, New York Journal, began inundating America
Crush
with
it, thanks,
fabricated
cat.
tales of Spanish
Coronavirus.
oppression. Spaniards
There you go, buddy.
feeding Cubans to sharks, roasting Cuban priests, slaughtering hospital patients where no hospital even existed. The decision to send the Maine to Havana was made at a secret White House meeting, which no minutes kept. The Spanish government was not expecting the Maine when it sailed into Havana Harbor. Captain Charles Sigsbee, captain of the Maine, said,
"It became known to me afterward that the Maine had not been expected, even by the United States Consul General."
By what oversight was no one in Havana notified of the battleship's arrival? However, no shooting erupted. The Spanish permitted the Maine to dock. For 3 weeks, the Maine sat in Havana Harbor. In the meantime, the The yellow press drove anti-Spanish feelings to fever pitch. William Randolph Hearst paid bribes to have the correspondence of the Spanish ambassador spied upon. One letter, critical of McKinley, was stolen and reprinted in a Hearst journal under the headline, "The Worst Insult to the United States in its History." 2 days later, a horrific explosion tore apart the Maine. 266 men were killed. A U.S. Naval Court of Inquiry attributed the explosion to an external device, but was unable to assign any blame. The Yellow Press had no reservations. The bombing, they claimed, was the work of the Spanish government. Americans were goaded into war with the battle cry, "Remember the Maine." Here, Spain is depicted as a semi-human group, its bloodied hand on the grave of the Maine, and its foot trampling an American flag. The war was immortalized in American public memory by one-sided naval victories. Teddy Roosevelt and his Rough Riders. And the charge up San Juan Hill. But did Spain really sink the Maine? All Spanish documents revealed that Spain wished to avoid war with America at all costs. Her mostly wooden navy could not hope to compete with the modern U.S. Navy, which consisted increasingly of steel ships. Admiral Cervera, who commanded Spain's Atlantic Squadron, warned his government of
our lack of everything that is necessary for a naval force, such as supplies, ammunition, coal, provisions, etc. We have nothing at all.
a provocative act against America, such as sinking the Maine, was clearly the last thing desired by the Spanish. But who did want to sink the Maine? Detectives often solved crimes by examining who profited from them. To help finance the war, the Rockefellers' National City Bank loaned the U.S. government $200 million. No income tax then existed. To help repay the loan, a telephone use tax was levied on the American people. It remained in effect for over a century. The loan was negotiated by Assistant Treasury Secretary Frank Vanderlip. After the war, National City Bank made Vanderlip its president. In that capacity, as we will see, he participated in the infamous Jekyll Island meeting, where the Federal Reserve Bank was secretly created. Mark Twain wrote,
"When the smoke was over, the dead buried, and the cost of the war came back to the people, it suddenly dawned on us that the cause of the Spanish-American War was the price of sugar."
The Rockefeller-Stillman National City Bank benefited most directly from it. Cuba, soon afterward, became dotted with National City branches, and the Cuban sugar industry gravitated into National City's hands.
The Spanish-American War was the first war persuaded Americans that the purpose of our military was not just self-defense. We had to go overseas to fight wars on other people's behalf, and that became a pattern that continued ever since.
So without William Randolph Hearst, who championed this and who maybe was one of the people that stood to gain from the new possession gained from the Spanish-American War, without him and without Hearst newspapers, there would have been no problem with the Maine.
The phrase false flag, I think, is becoming more and more familiar to more Americans than it used to be. The first time I ever heard that phrase, probably about 5 years ago, this week. Many Americans are still in that category.
Well, first off, so people understand what we're talking about with false flag, that goes back to the old sailing ships. Country's flag, the idea was, it took a long time for two sailing ships to approach each other, and so they wanted to get up close so they could attack, so they would put another country's flag up. Say they were pirates, they'd put a British flag up, and then get right next to it, then they'd run up the pirate flag and board your ship, so that's where it became known as a false flag. The event seems to be something other than what it truly is.
False flags, when you cover them, first of all, it's a tough.
Yeah, I gotta find something else to eat.
Right? As soon as you say false flag,
we started conditioning people to see that as conspiratorial. And when anything's conspiratorial, that means it's not true, right? Because if you listen to most media, a conspiracy theorist or conspiracies are all urban legends, right? They're all myths. When in fact, there are many, many conspiracies all throughout American history and world history.
It's not even controversial to say that the United States has used false flag, because it's now documented. It's a part of history.
General Smedley Butler wrote a book after World War I that I've read, and I know many of your viewers have as well. War is a Racket. And indeed, in many ways it is. I think that we have noticed over the years that
I'm not cooking. Fuck all that.
events that led up to war were not accidental.
I found myself going back and looking at World War I, World War II, the Vietnam War, everything. We've been lied to about everything. That was my fearful kind of approach to this is that even possible?
I would say they always follow a specific formula of create as much fear and trauma as possible. And then in that traumatization of the public, they're eliciting a specific psychological response. And that response is a cry for protection.
Yeah. She's like the worst.
False flags have always been necessary to generate the kind of fear of outsiders or the imagined enemy
So they're implying.
that governments need in order to support the ridiculous policy of
All right.
war in the first.
Fuck out of here. They're implying because there were historical false flags that clearly there are false flags now. It clearly is not proven as well. So they're implying the Boston bombing was a false flag, or Sandy Hook was a false flag, or whatever. No real evidence for any of that either. And so far they've had, completely just uncredentialed idiots talking about these issues. So they have this guy talking. His name's Adam something. He's anarchist fuck. And he's an ANCAP. So he's a special kind of anarchist. He's the special anarchist, if you know what I'm saying. So, well, because if you're an ANCAP, how do you have property without the state? You don't. It doesn't make sense. It's illogical. It's stupid. And the guy before this was I think his name's Mark Cassio, or he's one of those stupid I was a Satanist priest assholes. No, you weren't. We got an all-star cast already, buddy.
Place.
Stage 1 is brute force. Stage 2
I'm fucking convinced.
is staging something or creating an external enemy so that
It's the same bitch from the other movie, Catherine Albrecht or something. I read one of her books about RFID chips. It wasn't bad,
to the point where you don't require enemies any longer, where you can simply convince people through psychological manipulation to do the thing they
It is rare, but you can be an incredibly intelligent person who's on the schizophrenia spectrum and is just fucked off mentally and can't understand that your paranoia is disruptive, right? And that's unfortunate when it happens. So, yeah. Sucks that she spreads it to other people in a way that's not particularly healthy.
want them to do.
In 1915, World War I is underway. Britain is at war with Germany. America has not yet joined the conflict. May 7th, the British ocean liner RMS Lusitania is on her way from New York to England. Nearly 200 Americans are among the passengers. At 2:10 p.m., off Ireland's southern coast, a torpedo from a German U-boat strikes the Lusitania. More than 1,000 on board lose their lives. On both sides of the Atlantic, everyone is told the Germans sank the Lusitania simply to kill women and children. The tragedy fans outrage and moves America closer to declaring war. In propaganda, Germany replaces places Spain as the eighth.
So my
Because nearly every conflict.
yeah, it's
the US
documentary
has been-
stupid. It's gotta go. So my newest cat is taken to sharpening his claws on my books. That's what you want. All right, so that's lunch. Later.